it out if I had the mute off, wouldn't it? Good morning. Sky's a bit grey, a bit cold. However, I'm still breathing. I'm still here. So what can you do? This picture I'm just about to put up here, if it will go on. Let's have a look. The size of the Mexico flag in the back of that. That's why I asked them to take the picture. The size of that flag. I've never seen a flag that big before in my life. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Evie. Hope we're well. So let's get honest. And what happened this morning is we, i.e. me and Mel, slept in, man. And truth be known, it was only the dogs that woke us up barking. So there was someone at the door. Otherwise, who knows? What time would it been up there? Oh, we don't want minimal, man. We want that purple colour of recovery. Yes, that's true, Stoney. End of March. We'll be into March soon, won't we? Yeah, we'll be in the March soon. So, let me tell you this. I've got my uniform on. Not the Addiction Lab uniform, though. Got my uniform back on. I'm thinking about firing my app back up. Who knows? Beautiful blues. I've been warming up watching the boxing. I've got loads of boxing fucking, you know. I've got loads of boxing taped, recorded. Loads. I've been watching Rat Paul or whatever. I can't say his name. Probably won't believe me. Fucking animal. I wouldn't even like a fucking stiff jab off him. Take his head clean off. Oh no, what's up? Morning, Mum. Yeah, so who knows? But listen. I'm convinced. Oh, I love it, mate. I love it. You'll never see me. Do you know what? Do you know when it's like America and it's in America and they're not coming on like the main event? It's not coming on till like early hours. Listen to this. I don't know how I do it. Fall asleep and I wake up, man. Either just before the fucking ring walk or just after. I swear, Frank Bruno, mate, class. I had that on. I taped it, man. Tyson, Bruno. I really believed that he could do something with Tyson back then, me, you know. Back then. And I swear to God, I got it on VHS and I fucking lent it to the milkman that fight and never got it back. Lent it to the milkman I was working for. I was only working with him as well for a couple of weeks. No. And then there was another milkman who went to Cook Garden. End up ripping me, man, with a week's wage and every time I see him. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, like, but every time I see him, I'll give him them eyes and he knows. About fucking 15 quid, man. Back in the day, 15 quid was a lot of money, man. You can tell if I'm in a rad short, if I'm joking or my face just gives it away. Gives me away, man. You can see that fucking anger. Pent up anger. I feel in a good place this morning, guys. That's sleeping, man. You know. Can't wait for the boxing tonight, you know, so I don't know what's going to happen with Addiction Live. I don't know if it's going to be a one-woman show. But I've got a way. Are you watching it, Beautiful Blues? Because if you're not, I've got a way for you too. If you message me, email me or something, right? I've got a way for you to do it. Live and direct. I swear I don't want to get fucking padding when I see cans out the back there, mate. I'll show you me back one day, right? But like, really, if we could fucking get that fence sorted properly, we can park the car in the back. I get fucking paranoid when I see cars out there, man. Fuck off, man. Not even allowed around here. You. I said, me. You know what I mean? Thinking fucking coppers were sat over the... I didn't tell you, did I? Last night, coppers were sat over the fucking road. Over the road for ages, man, in a van. And I was thinking, now they're waiting for another unit. But then I was thinking, no, I'm not waiting for another unit because what it is, they wouldn't let me know they were there. You're watching it. Well, anyone who are, like, watching the boxing, Andy. If you're not, email me, and I've got a way where you can, you know. Got a way where you can watch boxing. Live and direct. Listen, mate, I don't know why people get annoyed with you know, I'm not saying that they can't or they shouldn't. But if you want to type in capitals around here, mate, that's okay. If you want to do one capital, one lowercase, one capital, one lowercase, that's okay too. I might not be on tonight. It might be a one-woman show, you know, the boxing's on, mate. I've got to be honest. Director paid 20 quid for that. And I can't wait. I can't wait, man, to see, do you know what? I like both of them. But Mr. Beautiful Blues has called it, so I call Kel Brook. Have you had a look on that table? I've told you.
What you said on the table?
I know, but what it is, Amanda, it is what it is. See, what it is, is, you know what I do? When I'm talking in a sentence and I want to make, like, a certain point in that sentence, I put it in capitals. But that's not me shouting. So, I mean, I can't help it if people get confused and misunderstood that if I'm shouting when I'm not. I'm not even speaking. I'm not shouting. Not interested. Andy. Oh, Andy. I can live with that, mate. You don't even have to give me the 20 quid. I'm not even bothered about the 20 quid. I'm a quiet man. I'm shy, quite shy, man. Till I get to know people. Till I've done the watching. So, listen, we've got 10 in. Let's, the old famous book. And the date is the 19th. Oh, what I will say is, listen to this. It's too good to miss. I got a letter off about the first claim. Oh no! Boom! Oh, shush, you can't talk about that, you can, man. What am I on about? Me? And sort yourself out, Darren. Right, so April the 4th, what's that landed on then? Garden and recovery or identification, but we'll do February the 19th, so all reservations. What about reservations? So, we all know what a reservation is, yeah? Because you know what, I've got to admit, I didn't know what a reservation was till I come into recovery. Started hanging about all this new kind of, well, I say new kind of people, but I need some fucking Vaseline, man. I didn't know, I've got to be honest, I didn't know what resentment was. And then, I didn't know what it was, man. But I don't know. I understand resentment now. And resentment for addicts, believe it or not, can be a killer. True story. Resentment is one of the main things that make addict alcoholic relapse. close second in that, though, also makes it alcoholic and addict relapses, relationships, new kind of relationships as well. True story. True story. Right, so reservations, February the 19. I lived at a fucking number 19 and I don't like that number 19 no more. Don't like it, man. Don't like it. Don't like that number 19 no more. Don't like it. Don't like that. Certain numbers are like 8, 10, 13. I haven't seen what, sorry, I can switch up to farm. Oh, can you really? Okay. Right, let me just one. Swear it starts almost beautiful blows. Never just been one. Never just been one, and I lie to myself every time. Every time I lie to myself, you know. Definition of insanity is doing the same things and expecting a different outcome. My experience has always showed me there's no such thing as me just having one. And it took me a long time. I got the parachute out and come out in every fucking direction you can think of. But anyway, no, you haven't missed out. You haven't missed. Did you, maybe? Okay. So yeah, so reservations. I'm gonna. Exactly, Amanda. Right, reservations then. Relapse is never an accident. Relapse is a sign that we have a reservation in our program. So, a reservation is something we set aside for future use. In our case, a reservation is the expectation expectation that if so. Oh yeah. So a reservation is the acceptation. I don't fucking know expectation that if such and such happens, we will surely relapse. What event do we expect will be too painful to bear? Maybe we think that it's that if a spouse or a lover leaves us, didn't I say seconds, man? Seconds, a lover and a spouse. Maybe we think that if a spouse or a lover leaves us, we will use, or maybe it's the death of a loved one that we expect to be unbearable, or maybe it's the death, yeah, or maybe it's the death of a loved one that we expect to be unbearable. In any case, the reservations we harbor give us permission to use when they come true. You know, like a colour. Oh, just leave it, because then the dogs can come in. Sorry, sweetie. I'm glad you're beside me now.
Oh, you're feeling a bit self-conscious.
No, because I couldn't read that word there.
What?
Expectation.
Yeah.
I got it right. So I'll start again. A reservation is something we set aside for future use. I'm reading a bit better now. You're beside me. What's that? Because I was getting paranoid in case I know what the crap was there. I was getting paranoid in case I come across a fucking word that I couldn't read. A reservation is something we set aside for future use. In our case, a reservation is the expectation that if such and such happens, we will surely relapse. What event do we expect will be too painful to bear? Maybe we think that if a spouse or a lover leaves us, we will have to get high. If we lose our job, surely we think we will use, or maybe it's the death of a loved one that we expect to be unbearable. In any case, the reservations we harbor give us permission to use when they come true, as often they do. We can prepare ourselves for success instead of relapse by examining our expectations and altering them where we can. Most of us carry within us a catalogue of anticipated misery, closely related to our fears. Will you make a small bit, please? To our fears. We can learn how to survive pain by watching other members live through similar pain. We can apply their lessons to our own expectations instead of telling ourselves we will have to get high. If this happens, we can quietly reassure ourselves that we, too, can stay clean through whatever life brings at us. Just for today, I will check for any reservations that may endanger my recovery and share them with another addict, because my thinking on my own is dangerous. You know, I've got to think. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say that reading today really resonated with me. I remember when I was at rehab and I'd done like my step 4 and everything, and one of the questions was, do you
Respect being homeless. Go on, sorry, I just wanted to say welcome.
Oh, welcome. But yeah, one of my reservations was if anything ever happened to any of my kids, I don't know if I'd cope. And I had a chat with my therapist there, and you know, she was kind of explaining, you know, how important it is to build that strong foundation and blah de blah de blah. And then after a couple of years, my eldest did start having a few issues with his mental health. There was suicide attempts and stuff. And you know what? I managed to get through it all, like, clean and sober. You know, and that for me was really, really powerful. You know, don't get me wrong, it was a horrendous time. You know, like every time I said goodbye to him, I thought, oh God, is this going to be the last time I see him? So I made sure I hugged him extra tight. And, you know, thankfully it's not like that anymore. You know, he's got the help he needs, but I was there. I was emotionally available, like 24 hours a day for him if he needed me.
And at that time I was putting you through shit, wasn't I, really? Without even realising. Because that was the first time. Just sorry, go on, carry on.
And, you know, if I'd have picked up a drink or a drug, I wouldn't have been able to do that. You know, so I managed to get through, like, a horrendous time. And obviously you're all aware of, like, what happened December 2020.
What nuns?
Which nun? We're there, guys. Sorry, guys.
Obviously, like, I watched my sister die of lung cancer, and she died on Christmas Day. Now, that was something that didn't even enter my head.
2021.
No, 2020.
Oh, 2020, yeah, sorry.
But yeah, like, because you don't think of, like, losing your sister, do you? And that was hard. But again, I managed to be there for her, and I managed to do it sober. You know. So yeah, you know, just because you have them reservations, you know, if you voice them and speak about them, you can get through them sober. And like, and the gifts of recovery, we talk about the gifts of recovery, don't we? You know, one of the biggest gifts I've probably had in recovery, because I've always had a good relationship with my kids and stuff. You know, we've always been, like, super close.
Dogs, man.
But the relationship with my mum was quite difficult. But now, like, that's why I was a little bit late, because she phoned me to see how I was. And
did she used to phone you back in the day?
No, she never ever used to phone me to see how she was.
To see how you were? You
know, and there was a lot of, I think she was quite ashamed of me, you know, because I was living...
Ashamed or disappointed or both? Maybe.
Both, I think, you know, because when I was little, I was always quite clever, and, you know, I think...
You still are clever, actually, you know.
I think her expectations of that little girl was completely different to the single mother at 16 who was in a violent relationship. So I think it kind of tarnished the relationship I had with my mum. But yeah, it's not like that. You know, it's not like that today. She just like, and she always struggles with her feelings. But now she's like, when she phones me, it's like, I love you. I'll phone you next week. And it's like, wow. And for me, that is one of the amazing gifts of recovery, because I wouldn't have had that if I was still in the madness, you know. So yeah, it's the gifts of recovery far outshine what you don't have, in my humble opinion anyway.
Do you know, taking up on, I used to have that resentment if anything ever happened to me mum. I remember, I don't know how long, I mean, we'd been together a while, 2 or 3 years, I think. And I got a phone call off. Was it me mum or me brother? And I had to take my mum to the doctor, and she was saying she thought she had cancer. Just that, they're saying that, thought, I think I've got cancer. Fucking cried my eyes out. Didn't I? And I was like, whoa, I knew, son, she said that. I was thinking, I know where I'm fucking heading. You know, and I've still got to deal with that, mate, because I can still have them reservations. Reservations and resentments are very dangerous for people in recovery, and relationships are very dangerous as well. Very, very, very dangerous relationships, especially in early days of recovery, because what it is, we're not emotionally stable. You know, when we just put them substances down, whatever it be, whatever that substance is, or substances, you know, our emotions are coming back and we're learning how to deal with them. And then we put ourselves, or I did, or put myself in not relationships, not really anyway, but, you know. And I got told as well by my sponsor, what it is, you will use, you know, over this relationship. Well, I'd never use over a woman, but what it is, it wasn't over the woman, it was because of what was happening in that relationship. I don't really want to talk so much about that, though, but I was going to work and she was using, sitting in the barbers long enough. I might go and sit in the barbers because I need a fucking haircut, actually. But yeah, reservations, you know. I think I had a few reservations, mate, if I'm honest. I'll have to sit down and reflect and look at them.
See, the only one I could think of at the time was if something happened to the kids. Nobody else kind of, like...
got close to that, so to speak, if you know what I mean.
I don't know. I think it was just like... I don't know if it's because the relationships with other people were kind of damaged at the time. Don't get me wrong. I was still close to my sisters, but I think there'd been a lot of arguments and stuff like that. Because my sister who passed away, she'd always like tell me bluntly what I was doing wrong, and I didn't want to hear it at the time, and you know. But thankfully, we, you know, when she got diagnosed, we managed to have that, like, kind of 6 months, wasn't it? No.
Was it August she got diagnosed?
Yeah, she got diagnosed in the August and died on
September,
Christmas Day.
October, November, December, 4 months.
So 4 months. And I was there every Saturday without fail, you know, and I'd, apart from one Saturday when she had a hospital appointment.
Yeah.
And I was the only one she'd let clean her bed sores and whatnot, because they were in some like places that she didn't want other people to see, and you know, and just I'd sit on a bed with her and like we'd just chat and watch telly together, and you know, and she'd like be awake 1 minute and asleep the next, and you know. But them few months, as hard as it was to see her deteriorate, it was nice that we got to have that sisterly bond again, and we'd have a laugh and, you know, and just be sisters like we used to when I was younger. So like them memories I am going to treasure. And I've got some messages on my phone and stuff as well from her in that time, you know, because she used to ask me to go and get colouring books and things to do. And, you know, I've got one where she's like, I love our Saturdays together. And, you know, that meant a lot. But it still does mean a lot that, you know, I could give her that little bit of happiness when she was in so much pain. Hey, Chunky Monkey.
Oh yeah, Chunky. Oh, you know, like my friend. I want to watch my this Chunky, man. You know. And I used to watch his videos and think, well, I've already watched Marty's, but I still watch. So I did. I used to obsessively watch them kind of videos. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, babe.
It's alright. I'm just trying to... I don't know if I've missed anything in the...
No, it's alright, man. You're just talking. I know. Alright, we can go back up the chat, man. Even when need be.
But she was adamant that she had to buy me something because obviously she didn't want to face up to the fact that she was dying or talk about it, but she knew she was, and obviously she knew she'd missed the wedding because of COVID, so she made sure she bought me a tiara, so when I do eventually get married, she'll be with me on my head.
And in your heart.
Yeah, obviously. That goes without saying. But it's just a little part of her that's going to be with me on my special day. So...
You know, and you know what, guys, I say, don't I, you know, let's not get confused. This Addiction Lab helps me and Mel too. You know, because I think that it's important that, you know, I was always told and taught to get a new kind of circle of friends, i.e. people with the same kind of goal of staying clean, and it's important to be able to have them kind of conversations with you, do you know what I mean? So it helps us as well, you know, guys. So it does. So it does. I look a bit fresh today. I don't know if it's the colour of the coat and my skin tone out or what, but
yeah, she was a laugh, wasn't she, Andy? So Andy W knew my sister personally.
We didn't know that though, did we? So Andy had been in the labs and all that. Well before this started, obviously, Addiction Lab. So he'd been in the
your chats.
Yeah, I think it was when you actually he'd been in my chats for ages.
He won that competition for the gimbal, didn't he?
Oh yeah. And it became apparent that he knows the family, does Andy.
What did he say to you? I think I know, Mel. I went round to Di's once and she was hugging the fire. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So he actually knew me back in the day.
Oh, you're right. I think we needed that sleeping. Yeah, it's a small world, man. Oh,
Esophageal.
I know. That's another thing that we do as well. I'm not saying that you are addict or alcoholic, but I know addicts and alcoholics. I know this addict, alcoholic, suffers with that blame myself. Or I can fucking still spin it and blame other people as well. So I blame people for me. So if you didn't do this or you didn't say that or fucking you say something like that, I wouldn't be a drug addict.
And I blame the doctors for a long time.
But then if something's happening in someone else's life who's close to me, then I'll blame me. Do Do you know what I mean? So what's happening in my life's your fault, and what's happening in your life's my fault, man. And I get confused and twisted and fucking madness, man. It is madness. Talking about madness. The bed and breakfast, man. I love it. Yeah. Who's making the coffee, me or you?
You.
I thought so. So you have to take over here.
Yeah.
I have done that just for a day reading. I haven't done that gratitude list. I haven't done day by day thing. I'm not saying that you'd have to do them unless you've got anything else that, or you just want to carry on with a conversation, or I don't know, just you anyway. I mean, I'm just a supervisor. I'm not the manager.
I've even got a video of our day. Like, well, I've got a couple and they're hilarious. Because my eldest was, well, both my kids were close to her, but my eldest was particularly close to her because we used to live like round the corner from each other. And Bailey was a little bit younger at the time. And Shannon and Mason were like, there's only 8 months between them, so they were really close. And they used to love playing tricks on Di, and she'd fall for it every time. So I've got this phone call prank thing that they did, and it's hilarious. I'll have to ping it over to you if I can, Andy, because you will laugh your head off at that. So, Paul, what I'd say if you've identified that when it's the trigger is having money, what I'd suggest is plan things a little bit better. So if it's payday, for example, what can you do instead of going to the shop to buy alcohol? Paul, he's saying he has a bit of a problem with the drink when he has money.
What's this? Are you ready? Sorry, Mal. Alright.
And obviously, if it's getting to that point where you're feeling like you have a problem, is there anything else you could trigger that reward system with?
You're not getting on the seat.
For example, I know you're into your music, something else.
Come on.
So, is there anything else you need for your music stuff that you could save up for, or a new pair of trainers, or, he's making the brews. So what I'd suggest is have a good think before payday of, is there anything you need, like clothing wise, with your music, for your house, and even if it's like getting yourself one of them, I found them really, really useful in the early days. You get them money tins that you have to open with a tin opener. I'd put, like, if I was ever like tempted or had a craving to go and get drink or drugs, I'd just put money in there. And for me, it was that money in there was like a savings jar to take my kids for days out and stuff, or like little mini breaks. So we went to London for a week, and and that was with all the money that I've managed to save. Yeah, so plan something before you get paid and think of something that you really, really want. Obviously, if you can't afford the money with what you have left, like, so for example, me, I wanted to take say London for a week. Obviously, I'd have to save for that. So because I wanted to treat my kids to a holiday to London, that meant more to me than drinking when I had a craving. So it's got to be something that you really, really want, that you're willing to make that sacrifice for, so to speak.
Coffee for you, babe.
And then, like,
don't let Buster on the seat. He's been digging holes and he's full of fucking reward.
And then it kind of triggers that reward system in your brain, and you get that other distraction by being able to plan what you're going to get, where you're going to get it from, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me,
What's that? Yeah. What's that? Yeah.
so yeah, for me, them that you had to open with a tin opener worked really, really well.
Well, you stop playing the crazy cow. So fast for him.
And that's what Torbs was saying before, Paul, when it's about getting them new circle of friends. You know, start doing things that don't involve going to places where everyone's drunk. Are your pork chops?
Right. Well, that way, man. Go on. Oh, I've got my uniform on now, look. I'm thinking about firing the app up, but not that one. It begins with a Deliveroo.
You have to get a push bike.
Can't do one push bike because I'm on the car. I know. That's what people do as well, you know, so don't have to pay the insurance for the app. But, you know, that'd have been the best thing I'd have done.
Did you see the video that I uploaded, Mr. Beautiful Blues? How to make a palm
Busted it, yeah.
Because I know you like your food. I've uploaded a video on how to cook a palm or.
Well, come. Nicely. Busted it, mate. Don't you worry, I'll give you some too. Well, it won't be too fast. Right, do you know what I'm going to go and do? Listen, I'll just leave you here 2 seconds, right? I'm going to do some add it and pound it. For these two. Right.
They are reading. It was beautiful as well.
Fella, this way. Wait.
Oh, go on, Mr. Beautiful Blues. And they are nice with garlic mayo and chili. If you like chili, I just have garlic mayo with mine. But yeah. And it's quite good if you're frustrated with something, you know, hitting the chicken and flattening it. Good to take your frustration out. Now, some people do them with like a tomato sauce as well, but they're not like proper parmos. Oh, is it snowing in Manchester? I'll have to give my son a call. You see, it's like amazing how many people have never heard of a Parmo, and you forget, like, if you go and stay somewhere else in the country and you go to like the pizza shop and there's no Parmo on the menu and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh, I hope there's you've not been flooded, Catapult.
Are you ready? Go find him now. Go on. Was that busted at the door? Rah. Find him. Wrong passage. Well, locked. Get on it.
And I've had
Sorry,
schnitzel
guys.
before, but never with the Parmo and the cheese on.
Find him. Sorry, guys. I do apologise.
Oh, nice. I think.
What about the river or fucking
No pork chops, mashed with new potatoes.
New potato, mashed new potato. Okay. Oh, something new. Pork chop.
Mash or new potatoes.
Oh, mashed or new. I was going to say. Mashed new potatoes. I prefer mashed meat, but my mum used to look them fucking Jersey Royals. Well, still does. Jersey Royals and scrape them, not peel.
I like new potatoes with loads of butter though.
Butter.
Yeah.
It's butter. Not butter. But you are starting to speak like us now. Up here. You're losing that Yorkshire.
Never.
Twang. You are, babe.
I've never.
You
I'm not
are.
no. I
You
don't
just said
know.
butter instead of butter.
Yeah, that's Yorkshire. Andy W, how do you say butter?
Well, you're not going to say it, yeah. How do you say water?
Water.
I don't know how people say water. Water, man. It's not water, man. But anyway, let's go.
Water.
Do you know what? Get on this one, you know.
My mash is the best.
It is like it's fucking quality. I'll give you that one. My steaks are better than your steaks.
Never. You can't do the sauce.
What's I can do with the sauce? No. What's I can do with the sauce? The easiest fucking part of the dish, the sauce, but
So how come I've never had it on mine when you've cooked steak then?
because I didn't do that, did I? I done a different recipe. I think I'm looking quite fresh again this morning. I don't know.
Yeah, I like sweet potato mash as well.
Go find them, Bella. There's loads to find. I know you for a fact you'll have found them though. Find them, Belbo.
I might make a pie this week. Yeah. But just with the pastry on the top in my lasagna dish.
Right, I'm going to tell you about something in a minute. I'm going to take the conversation back up where it was before I rudely got interrupted.
Oh, that sounds nice. Cheese, leek and sweet potato, hash brown. Teeth. Oh, I think you might like this one, Uncle JJ, if you're still listening. Practicing Halt. The acronym HALT means never get too hungry, too angry, too lonely, or too tired. Each of these conditions can fog our minds so that we lose sight of our purpose, abstinence and recovery, and have a slip. If we can become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, we will avoid some pain and some slips. HALT is a good slogan to keep in mind. Do I practice HALT? So I like that. And it's right, if you're too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, you know, go on, Andy W. But yeah, they can be like danger times for people in recovery. So if you ever find that your head's going, you're getting a craving, always ask yourself, are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? You know, because if you are one of them things, you know, have a good meal if you're hungry and you will feel better. I know it's sad, isn't it? Mr. Beautiful Blues. That always used to make me laugh, you know, where I come from, because apparently there wasn't a homeless problem and blah, blah, blah. But again, they just move them on. And if they do find somebody straight homeless, it's like services just, I don't know. Exactly. And what really does bug me is the amount of empty houses you see, especially around Middlesbrough, because there is quite a bad homeless problem here. But the amount of empty buildings there is, it's disgusting. Why can't they just renovate them to be like little bed sits or shelters or anything? Anything's better than sleeping on the streets.
Find them, Buster. Come on then, find them. Go on, find them. Sorry, babe. I like to play out and see. Find the food, find the treats. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. Don't apologise, guys. But I've got to stimulate these dogs because it's not fair. I haven't had much stimulation out of this morning, to be fair. I've been in the garden right there.
No, that
Oh!
I know, it's disgusting being homeless.
I don't understand why there's such a fucking thing of homelessness in the UK, especially here in Middlesbrough.
That's what I've just been saying.
All these big fucking
I've
buildings,
just said
have you?
exactly the
All these
same.
big buildings that are
And-
like derelict
And how come
and
they could?
unused.
How come they could home them all during COVID, but they can't now?
Wait! It's a fucking disgrace.
So-
Find them. It is a disgrace, don't get me started
So
on
being
that.
homeless, just out of curiosity, do you have support and stuff? Obviously, because just that your name says being homeless with mental health.
He might have been homeless with mental health. I'm not saying it's not or she.
I know
Or might be a certain support group up for them.
that's what the reason why I'm asking if he does have support around him and stuff.
Listen, I've got plans.
Okay.
I've got plans. Maybe more than mine.
Morning, Jake. Away.
Maybe not so much on this channel. But I've got. Find them, Bella. Find them. Go on then, baby. Find them. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. And it will be what it will be. So, I remember when when Mel first came in and she said, just had a phone call off my mother. And she didn't used to phone me, and now she does. And she can phone and we can sit and we can have them conversations. And at the end, say, I love you. Love you, Mel. Love you, Mum. Mum. She says, Mum. I say, Mum.
And he says you've got to talk proper like me.
Andy.
You stop doing that.
Why? I like it. I like it. I know I should stop doing that because I used to do that and put people on whiteys and that, man.
Like, you never know how.
It was done to me though before.
That doesn't make it right.
I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying anyway. Yeah, so get on this one. My mum.
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got a better relationship with my mum now, and I can hug her, and she can hug me, and well, not just me, my siblings as well, and we've got that ability to tell each other that we love you. She don't phone to her, but I mean, Darren. She don't phone Darren. She phones.
because I have a conversation with her and you don't.
What do I do then? Just listen. I'm a listener, you see.
No.
Oh no, that's a true story though, doesn't she? Phones you.
Yeah.
But then she gets on this because I say, you know, I'm grateful for that phone because it is a lifeline, but I'm bad for it, man. I'm bad for answering. But it's not that I'm bad for answering, it's usually on silent. And then my mum goes, what have you got a phone? Oh, you don't even answer it. Give it up, man. Throw it in the bin, you don't even answer it. So now she just doesn't even phone me. But if she phones you and you haven't answered, then she phones me. I've just phoned Mel. Oh, she's in the shower, man. Do you know what I mean? Not ignoring you, in the shower. Just phone Mel. She's on the toilet wiping her ass, man. Not ignoring you. She's off with me, mum. God bless her cotton socks. Well, Yeah. But you know what? We have got that, and it was my sister, another one who's got mental health. I mean, when I say another one, I mean like out of our family. Me and my sister, my other sister, Kingston's mum, but she hasn't been diagnosed yet. But it was my sister. So I'm the oldest of four. That started initiating that hugging my mum. And I tell you what, at the start, you give me mum a hug and you could feel her going tense and tight and uncomfortable, man. But my sister, been weed anyway. Come here, man, you. What's the matter with you? Get over here. But she is off at me mum.
You think sometimes when she's having a rant, you struggle, don't you? Whereas I just let her rant and get it out of the system.
Yeah, but what it is, like the other day, I've got the ability to phone my mum now and say, can you lend us whatever? She's lent me 50 quid last week. And she phoned, and she lives quite a little, well, not quite a distance, well, 20 minutes on foot away, maybe a little bit longer. And she phoned and said, right, I'll come up. And I said, you don't have to come up, I'll walk down, man. I'll bring Buster, I'll walk down. No, it'll get me out. Okay. I said, phone me then when you're near, because I've got to go to a cash machine. And we walked. She was like, how far is this fucking cash machine? She's bad on. How far is this fucking cash machine and all that, man? And something got said, and she was like, oh, well, that's all right. I'll just walk. I thought she was coming for the money and going to the bingo. Oh, so you don't want me in the house? I was like, not that at all. Of course I want you in the house, man. But, like, it was like when she, every time I see my mum, it's just all like she's fucking kicking off all the time, man. That's, like, it really pans my head in.
But I think what it is because your mum lives alone and like she has frustrations and stuff, and it's just an outlet for her.
She's always been the same, babe. Even when we lived at home, it's always been like that, man. Always.
Whereas I've learned it's easier to just let her offload.
Well, it was. But in the end, I said, well, why don't you turn back round and go back to the house? I'll go to the cash machine. You'll go and have a cup of coffee with Mel. Killing two birds with one stone. Go straight off market. You'll go and chill out and rest your feet. You can't snipe me, man. When you're gonna learn, you can't snipe me.
Yeah, that sounds very much like Darren and his mum.
Come on, find it. Come on, find it. 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 Wait. Wait.
Oh, look at that.
What? What am I looking at?
Malton.
Oh, I've got to do that thing. Evie, give me the link for the thing that I want to know. Oh no, I seen that this morning. What, have you got your name off? Your name, man?
Yeah, it's not.
Let me have a look at the screen. Okay, I'm not bothered about my name. Go on. Just let me have a look. Double check again.
That was 6 years ago. Oh, how cute.
You ready?
See, my mum's got a mad cat. Well, I got it 4 years ago now. It's getting on a bit, but it's this white fluffy thing. And it'll come up to you for a stroke. You'll stroke it and then it'll attack you. She's got a dog as well called Tyler. He loves me to bits. I went dog sitting the other month, didn't I?
Yeah. You did. You did.
So, yeah, I ended up going and staying at my mum's because she went away for the night. And I went to stay at my mum's and dog sit Tyler.
But not so much scent work, Paul. Just adding traits about it. Is scent work in a way, but just more find it, mate. So not just indicate. Like scent work's more indicating, but it is scent work to a extent, because what it is, believe it or not, I'm sat here now exercising the dog's head. Exercising the dogs. So they're about now sniffing. I used to tire her out, didn't it, when she was a pup? She could do that all day now. Go on, find it, Bella. Good girl. Look, now she's all over in here because I have rid of few in here. Oh, yeah, I did have one under there. You know. Oh, buster. Find him, Bella! Bella's just heading back and then she's like, come on, man, I'll back you up. It's like me. It's like with me. That's what I'm like, you know. I'll back you.
They're mad though, aren't they? It's like they know who's coming to the door. Because if, like, I walk in, there's no barking. If Kingston walks in, there's no barking.
There is a bit with Kingston,
yeah, a little bit.
Because they're getting excited, man.
Yeah, it's a different bark though. It's not that.
Oh yeah, it's not that.
You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's more like the happy, like excited bark.
If you're stroking a dog like that, right, or whatever, you're stroking a dog like that and it yawns, people think, oh, it's tired. It means that's happy, he loves you, man. You know, people going on here about dogs, man. I haven't got a fucking clue about dogs, man. These people are going about my dogs. I haven't got a clue.
Not everyone.
What people on here will say about, oh, fucking you shout at the dogs, this and that. I haven't got a clue,
yeah,
mate.
But, you know, when you're saying people on here.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, people know. When you know, you know. I'm going to stop saying that when you know, you know. Doesn't matter if you know, when you know. Yeah, so I am going to start doing a bit of homeless stuff as well over on the other channel. I am. I've got loads of ideas that I'm going to do over there, but we could even do it on here, couldn't we, actually, you know? In fact, we will do it on here. I think it'd be more fitting to do it over on here, babe. Could even go what, sorry?
Could even go early one Sunday morning, you know, to show just how many there is in the high street.
Yeah.
You know, obviously make sure you don't get nobody's faces and that. Because that was really sad. That Sunday we went down early.
Do you know what? Sorry, go on, carry on.
And seen them all asleep in the doorways and stuff. It was heartbreaking. But then we popped into the shop and we came out. We're going to get like loads of bacon sandwiches and they'd all gone. Hi, Jade.
Yeah, so I've sat and just had a conversation with someone who's like, well, not just someone, a few, you know, and you appreciate that conversation, you know, just sat there and engaging and, you know, just having a chat about now, really, you know, not prying and not saying fucking, you know, just having a normal conversation.
Yeah, we're just having a chat with the
walk by there earlier,
problem.
mate, just as before, do you know, just having a normal conversation, man, do you know what I mean? Because what you got to realise is when people are homeless, sometimes they don't even have that fucking luxury of having that kind of conversation. Bless you, he comes Bella to rescue you now, there she goes.
Oh, thank you, baby girl.
Yeah, you know, something as small and as simple as, you know, if you're in you know, I thought, you know what, just because I haven't got no money on me today doesn't mean that I can't go and sit and have a conversation with that lad or lass. You know, my cousin.
I think sometimes they just like to be acknowledged, don't they?
My cousin through marriage, right, has got quite a lot of money. He owns a business called Ace and Aluminium, was his first business anyway. Does a lot of like window making and supplying to the likes of Primark and councils, and he's only two months older than me. He is Andrew, and drives about in a Lamborghini and Bentley convertible, and he's got some money. And I take my hat off to him because he come from nowhere. However, he'd went to McDonald's this day, the drive-thru with his bairn, with his kid. And I thought, I like what you've done, but it'd have been better if you didn't do that on camera, mate, because now you put it on camera, Andrew, who's it becoming about? Is it becoming about the homeless person that you've just helped? Or is it becoming about my ego? Look what I've just done. I don't know. Or then you could flip it and go, yeah, but what it is, if you put it on camera like that, I don't know. I think if you've got a bit of a following, like Chris, like Lip Free, he's got a bit of a following and going, look what I do, then I can sort of understand that. It's not like, look at what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? But like my cousin Andrew, let me just finish this little sentence. And my cousin Andrew, I wasn't got that kind of following. Do you know what I mean? It's just friends on Facebook that he was doing it though. Then I think it wasn't about our Andrew, or it might have been about Andrew, but again, it gets lost, and it's about me as well. Look what I've done. Where if you've got a following like Live Free, he's saying, look what I do, and people might think, oh yeah, Live Free does that. So do you know what? Next time I'm down the town, and I see you're a homeless person, I might just buy them a pie or a sandwich or a coffee. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's as black and white as. You know, it all depends in the context it's done, I suppose, is what I'm saying.
I think it's about how you do it for me. Like, for me, if it's more about like that, I'm doing this, that, and the other. But if it's about raising awareness, then I think there's a difference.
Yeah, and I get that. That's what I'm saying, like about Chris Live Free, sorry.
You know, because a lot of people don't acknowledge the homeless issues or substance abuse issues, and they've got so many judgments and a lot of like misunderstandings, and that's why I said maybe it'd be good to go and like report on the homeless situation, because we know there's a lot of street homeless in Middlesbrough, but I wouldn't want to get the faces on or anything, but that'd be more about creating awareness.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like, when you've got a following, like a platform like this, and you've got a following like Live Free, you know, I can understand that, you know, because it's given like the followers. Sorry, babe, followers that's like watching him. Maybe if they're in the town and see someone sat there homeless, that I'm going to buy them a coffee. Do you know what I mean? So when it's done like that, but when it's just someone on Facebook,
I don't agree with
going, look, I'm buying this for this. It's not about the homeless person sat there, man. It's about, look how good I am. Look how good of an art. Fuck off, man.
Like, I don't agree with, you know, when you see them doing it and they're having to pose for pictures, you can tell they're embarrassed. I know, and I wouldn't want to do that.
I know.
But, you know, for me, there's like a difference of taking a picture of the food and then going and handing it out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Rather than making them stand for pictures when they're too embarrassed and stuff.
Yeah.
But
it is. It's a tricky one. But like I say, if it's just some, like, listen, remember when me and you were at Greg's, weren't we? We were at Greg's. I picked you up from work and then I was going to work. And then if we got an order over this way into TS3, then if you want to go home, I'd drop you off. But we went to Greg's, and as we come out, I didn't see him as we were going in. As we walked out, and there was a homeless lad. And we got in the car, and I was saying to you, wasn't I? Should have got him something to eat there, but I seen him, and you were like, "Well, go and turn around and that." So what it is, I did turn around and we went and done what we done, but I didn't feel the need to pull the camera out and like go live on, because I wasn't on it yet then, to go live on Facebook. Look, me, man, me, I'm gonna buy this guy a cup of coffee and a cheese pasty. Look what I'm doing. I didn't do that. And it just so happens that a couple of days later, I ended up putting him in a hotel. Again, I didn't feel the need to go on Facebook and tell the world. Do you know what I mean? But he tried to take advantage of him, didn't he? But that's another story. I was on him. But yeah, I think it is good if you've got the means or the ability to help someone who's less fortunate. Listen, I'm going to post a picture actually. I took a picture of my memories, and it's something like the only time you should be looking down on someone is when you're reaching a hand down to pull them back up.
Exactly.
And it resonates with me. That resonates with me. That I've got a couple of pictures. I'm gonna.
Hey, gorgeous girl.
I'm gonna. I've got a couple of pictures that I want to put on my community page.
I am a great believer in that, paying it forward as well.
You see your junkie, I see your daughter. You see your choice, I see your disease. You see hopelessness, I see helpless. I like that shit, man.
Oh, are you getting jealous, Buster
Oh,
Bill?
sure, I had more pictures than that. Then. I mustn't have saved them. Unless I've saved them on my other phone. I'll save them on this one. Let's have a look. Oh, no, I can't save them on that.
I like that one. I'm not interested in whether you've stood with the great. I'm interested in whether you've sat with the broken.
Yeah, we've just been
Love
talking
that.
about that, haven't we? Look at the
Love
picture
that.
on that. Your name. Yeah, that's it. No. Make sure your name's not on there. On me, and that is, man. You know. And you know what, as well, I've been in the town, I've seen, like, people walking by, like, homeless people, and looking down on them as though they were fucking shit on the show. Do you know, and at the end of the day, that guy could have fought in the fucking wall, mate. For all you know. Do you know what I mean? Because you'd be surprised how many veterans are on the street, even up here in Middlesbrough. You know, that guy could have fucking been fighting on the front line, mate. You know what I mean? He's been fucking brushed aside, man. But I don't believe there should be a such thing as a homeless crisis in our country. I don't believe that. What have we done the gratefulness anyway?
No.
Should we do 5 things that we're grateful for today, guys?
Yeah.
If you don't want to put it in the chat, guys, just visualize it for me, please. Just think of 5 things that you're grateful for. And if you can't think of 5 things, then as many as you can. So today, I think what we'll do is we'll let Mel go first today.
I went first yesterday.
I wasn't here.
So today.
Do you want me to go first?
No, it's okay. I'm grateful for the conversation that I've had with my mum.
Go on, babe.
I'm grateful for the doggos.
The doggos? The dogs?
Yeah. I'm grateful that I've got a roof over my head. Grateful that there's food in the cupboards. I'm grateful that I've come to a decision about what I'm going to do moving forward. More will be revealed. That's 5. You said 5, didn't you?
Yeah. What I would say, guys, is when I do this gratitude list on the morning, I usually do the same things, but what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start mixing it up and say that we have to pick 5 things, or not we have to. I'd like, if we can, to pick something on the gratitude list that we haven't said before. So like a roof over our head, we say it every day. So what am I grateful for? I'm grateful to be able to sit here and connect with a connect. I'm going to say that. I'm grateful for the recovery community at all. I'm grateful that there is people out there that are willing to help me. I'm grateful for nail clippers to cut my nails, because when I cut them, I will no longer be in a size 9, I'll be in a size 5. And I'm also grateful for the cooker to cook meals on. I struggled with the last one, but I am grateful for that cooker. So there you go, peeps. Anyone want to family, friends, warm house, addiction lab, music? Yeah, music is the answer. I like that. I just had an argument with Dad and was just ready to throw in the towel. Whoa, I know. See, Jade, go on.
But didn't sorted it inside when it's warm. Addiction Live, and feel the wild birds in the garden.
And you know what? I like that, Jade. You know, because you know what? We don't have to agree with people. We don't have to agree with people all the time. We can have them little bits of disagreements, but we don't have to use on it. Also, what I'd like to say as well, because I used to suffer with this kind of stuff, right, is it's okay to have feelings about people, right? It's okay to have them negative feelings about people. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Jade's having negatives. I'm just talking about my personal experience. It's okay to have them negative feelings about people and I think that so-and-so's a cunt. Do you know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay to have feelings. It's about what we do with them, as long as we don't act on them.
Mm.
you know, because at
And
the end of
let's
the day,
face
just
it-
because we're in recovery, sorry, let me just make this and I'll hand it over to you. Just because we're in recovery doesn't mean that we're not going to have negative feelings and think that people are cunts or I want to do this to so and so. Not realistic.
And it's important to realise just because you're in recovery doesn't mean you have to get on well with everyone.
It doesn't mean that we have to rescue everyone, does it?
No.
You know,
You know, because I know when I first got into recovery, it was like I felt like I had to get on with everyone, and that's not the case. You can still not be friends with somebody, and
go on, carry on now. I'll do this.
And,
I'll
like-
look for the gratitudes.
that's okay. We're humans, you know, human nature. You know, you're not going to get on with everyone. Everybody's unique, and everybody has different personalities and different values and morals, and you know.
Go on. Right, so morning Ed. Right, we've done right, so
I think we were
right, so we're on to Paul.
No, we've done Paul.
Well, family, friends, warm house, addiction lab. Okay, I was literally putting my bag
Kim, I think we were up to.
Okay, so Kim and is grateful for 1 elf, 2 good call off my one and only son. Go on. 3 hot water. Well, I 4 eating and 5 real couple of friends. Respect Kim. Respect mate.
Andy W.
Andy W. I'm grateful for waking up, for my dog, for my family, for my friends, for my memories of people who touched my heart. Go on, respect Andy W. The oven's so important too, as well as the cooker. Yes, I almost did go used today. And do you know what? Give yourself, you know what? Let's take the positive out of it. You haven't. Do you know what I mean? So go on. So that shows, let me just finish this, please. Sorry. That just shows that, you know, just because we get that feeling or get that edge or that trigger, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mean that we have to act on it. Go on then.
And it's important to remember, Jade, you know, our history, when something's felt uncomfortable or we didn't like, our initial reaction is to go news, you know, because we don't like that. And it's a lot harder for us to stay and work things through. So well done for that.
Good, and there you go. I know what I mean. I think what it is, loads of positives have come out of that, Jade. You know, it was actually my paranoia and PD that caused it, and I said I didn't want to fucking be in anymore, and it really hurt him. But apologised and had a chat. You know what I mean? And that's good, really, mate. There's a positive. There you go.
How's that for growth?
Isn't it? Isn't it, man? Go on,
That's
man.
amazing. I think I know what Mr. Beautiful. They're good to have while you're watching the boxing as well, Mr. BB.
Who knows? Who knows?
Amanda, warm home, dogs, family.
Where's Amanda? Sorry, where's Amanda? Where is she? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Amanda. I nearly missed you there. I don't know why. Go on then. You read it up, Amanda.
So warm home, dogs, family, clean clothes, food in the cupboard, and a mug of tea.
Go on. Respect, Amanda.
Prefer coffee though.
Me too.
So
I will drink tea if it's...
TikTok app. I will put a promotional video up if you like. There's over 1,500 followers on there.
Well, I go for it, man.
Fall.
My beautiful pork parmo is better, matey. They were originally made. I know I was on about that. Yes, there was Swinno. I wonder where Swinno is as well.
Swinno was actually saying the original one was made with veal, not a controversial.
Yeah, but he was also, it was saying it was in
Estonia.
Estonia. And I don't believe that to be. But he hit the nail on the head, Michael, and said there is a lot of different theories of where the pork parmo came. I mean, like where the parmo came from anyway. Full stop the end. Stop yourself back in. John, my family, Fortnite, go on, mate. The YouTube community, good and bad, work friends, and a good health. Respect, John. Do you know what I mean? Come on, guys. Anyone else with any gratitude that you want to share with us?
You know, because pie and lastly pie.
Where?
Not obviously.
Do you know what it is? what I would say, you know, by
I prefer chicken.
okay, I won't say.
But, sorry, I was just answering a question.
I
Sorry.
get told off for that, though. You're gonna hit me on the back of the head
No,
there.
I hit my hand for interrupting.
Yeah, so sorry, I forgot what I was going to say now anyway, you know. Oh, no, I haven't. I was trying to make a feel bad, but why would I want to do that? Sorry, Baker's kid. Basically, you know, if you're going to, when I take out of, you know, some people, if we share it in the chat that we're grateful for, it could spark something in me. Do you know, we sat there fucking down and thinking, you know, you're asking for 5 things to be grateful for again, and I'm not even grateful, man. You know, and you could say something in that chat, and it could go boom, and spark that in me, you know, and then before you know it, I've fucking real 5 things, because that's happened to me before. I'm spark 5 things that I fucking real off, do you know what I mean? So, when I'm asking guys, not only is it to try and get us into a bit of a positive mind frame, it also helps our fellow. Sorry, babe, go on.
Right.
I do apologise.
I'd definitely try it with a vetch sauce first, because just the combination of all 3 works really well.
What instead of what? Best sauce instead of what?
So Andy's saying looks delicious. Not sure about the sauce, but ketchup goes with anything.
Andy, I'm taking it you haven't had a Parmo, my friend. Then
and it's got the garlic mayo with it.
Try it, mate.
But you can get them ones with a tomato-based sauce.
Yeah, that's when people have started fucking about with the Parmo, haven't they? Curry gosh.
We got some goat off the farmer's market, didn't we, once?
Did we have any goat when we were in Jamaica?
Yeah.
Any of them arms? We did,
Yeah.
didn't we? It was gorgeous, wasn't it, as well? Like proper, man. It's not like, you know, about jerk chicken and that in England, and
It's just not the
it's
same.
not the same, man, is it? It's not the same, man. It's not authentic. And
the hot sauce that you put all over it with the rice and peas from the little hut eating it on the beach.
Yeah, all mint in it.
With a coconut and a straw in.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be, in it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's as well. That's, you know, it's like a double-edged sword when we do that.
I wasn't keen on hacking saltfish. So.
I wasn't, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, you know, when we're typing, or when I'm saying, or when I'm actually voicing or using, you know, it helps, man. It helps our fellow. And that's why I say, you know, and that's why I say all the time, you know, when people going, oh, guys, thanks for doing these addiction labs, really helping. And we're getting emails as well saying thanks as well. You know,
But
people that
nice.
abstain, and yeah, of course it is, and it's not, and you just took the words out of my mouth. It is nice, but you know what? Also, I can talk for me. I know I can talk for Mel anyway. It helps us too. It really does help us too, you know.
But it is nice to know that we are having a positive impact on people, and this addiction life has become so important to people, because it is nice to know.
Go on, Kim. Respect, mate. Respect. You know, I think there's so much potential here. In this chat. There's so much potential, man. You know, I know for a fact, you know, and I've been told this for fucking years and didn't believe it at first, but today I do believe that there's so much potential in me. I just need to leave go of them fucking old values and, you know, he's wrong, she's wrong, rah, rah, rah. I need to. Do I need to let go of them values? I don't know. What I would say is I don't need to add them. I mean, I don't have to what's the word? Fucking have them in my circle. That's all I need to know.
That's what I'm saying. It's okay not to get on with everybody, but to hold on to that.
But that's I do though. I do struggle with that. You know, like old school or like wrong ones. I do.
I know.
I do.
But holding on to that like is only doing you harm in the long run.
I'm saying I struggle with it. What I mean is, them are my values. You know, that fucking wrongs are wrongs.
Holding on to them resentments and stuff is like drinking poison and expecting another person to die.
Is it a resentment?
Yeah.
It's a resentment.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking I don't want to associate with a wrong, or while they accepted these wrongings, and there's plenty of wrongings in.
But it's not
just talking about
for me. It's about understanding. Like everybody's different. You know, everybody has different values, different morals, different everything. You know, and you can't expect everybody else to be like you and have the same as you.
Yeah. Okay then. But should I? Am I wrong for having them values?
I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking the question.
When the bit that's damaging is when you let it affect your daily life because it's only causing you pain. You know, and I'm not saying it's wrong to have them morals and values and stuff, but when you let it get you the way it has, where you're ready to jack in the towel and stuff, that's just hurting you. Do you know what I mean? That's you giving your power away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Okay,
and it's just about you keeping yourself in check and keeping your side of the street clean. As we were saying before, you can't get on with everybody, but it's about not letting it affect you and not letting it spill over, because that's just hurting you and others, which you don't want to do, which then affects you even more, and it becomes that vicious circle.
See, it does help me, this, you know, helps me. Saying that, we do have conversations as well, don't we? We do have conversations as well, don't we? Up like away from me, obviously. If you haven't got your head stuck in the phone or the computer. I have called Mongo.
So I was reading the chat.
Job is a blessing, brother. Do you know what, mate? I tell you what, I'm talking about. I don't know if it was last night actually or today that we were saying. I said, "Yeah, you're intelligent," and you know, like this time round when we got together and all that, man, and we were sat and like, one of the first things that stuck out for me was I used to look at you and think you're intelligent, like you're dead intelligent. Trust me. I did. I told you. I didn't tell you then, but I told you after that. I told you before. Like after. You definitely are intelligent. Ain't no getting away from that. You're definitely intelligent. Right, what you make? When you make the smoke now, make an thing with you. I tell you what, we'll have another 15-20 minutes and we'll call it a day, guys, because.
Are you opening it up for somebody to pop on or not? Or
yeah, if you want. Shall I do it now? But I was going to go and make a coffee. If it's someone you know, you don't need me. If it's someone you don't know, Mel. If it's someone you don't know, then shout me. Don't add them. Let me deal with it.
Gorgeous girl. I love you, baby girl.
Crumpets are mint, mate.
Loads of butter on.
Cheesy
crumpets. Nice. You know where I live, Nutter.
What's the difference between crumpets and pikelets?
In a pike of fish?
Pikelet. A pike is a fish, yeah, but I'm on about pikelets. What's the difference between crumpets and pikelets?
I've never heard of a pikelet.
Haven't you?
No. Is that a borough thing?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm ready. Don't find him, Bella. Don't find him, Bella.
Go on, Kim.
I don't find him.
Can't believe I slept in this morning.
That's not that if he's watching the boxing.
Not, or are you watching the boxing?
If he's not, I've got to wait. If he wants to watch it, I've got to wait that he can.
Whole meal. Pikelets a whole meal.
You are?
Pikelets a home meal, apparently.
Are you sure? Who said that?
Not a.
I don't know about that. Like,
Have a good day being homeless, and I'm glad that you joined us, and we do hope to see you again. We are back on an evening as well, but we tend to do something a bit more light-hearted and fun on an evening, like quizzes and stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Talking about this evening, right? The boxing starts at like 6 o'clock.
So do you not want to?
What's that actually? I don't know.
No.
I think it'd be unfair not to do an addiction lab. What I will do, if you want, is we can do the addiction lab, but we won't do it in here. We'll do it in there, and I can be watching the boxing. I'll put the boxing on mute, but I can be watching. Is that all right? I think it'd be unfair to go right the boxing on. We're not doing it. That wouldn't be fair on, you know.
So what did you say about the?
Some people like and rely on them, so I think it'd be unfair. Or you could do it on your own. No, I'll do it with you, and we'll find a way.
So what were you saying to Nutter about the boxing?
I'll make this copy and I'll come back and tell you.
Oh, I've got you.
Oh,
Amanda.
You send down ain't no porn bomber. Dear, bless him. He's had all a bit of a fluster there, won't he? Good morning to you, afternoon, wherever it is now.
I know, I can't believe I slept in this morning, but I didn't go to sleep till about 1:30.
I can't remember what time I went to sleep, but I did wake up about, I don't know, 8:45, I think it were.
I was watching boxing me last night. I ended up falling asleep. I don't even know what time I come to bed. I didn't come to bed till about 3, I think.
Oh, well. How you do it?
Oh, he's making another brew. I can hear him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he going out sweat? 2 drinks in a row there. Is he feeling all right?
Because I have to make the smokes. He don't like
You don't have to.
He don't like rolling
You don't
fags.
get twisted with it.
Oh, right. So you roll the fags and he makes the brews. That's a good setup you've got going on there.
We got a thing going on.
Aid says, what you doing for the boxing? He's probably going to send a big bucket of popcorn and just sat there and edge your seat shouting at telly.
Ordered. I think you've had
Is it watching the boxing like?
Stuffing his face with sweets or something, unless he scoffed them all.
Do you know what he did by the other night?
What man like for boxing, Mel?
Oh, yeah. He's a nightmare. You'll see tonight.
Does he dance around room pretending?
Yeah, shouts at the telly and everything. Go on!
Yeah, sounds very familiar. Afternoon, Dewey. Trust you well. Good to see you here.
The first time I was watching the boxing and like Bella, and I started shouting, Bella was like, she got up and moved, didn't she? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bella came running over to me. She doesn't like him watching the boxing, so I can see the dogs coming upstairs with me because Bella
Are you
hates
watching
it.
it like that? The boxing will be on when Addiction Lab's on, you know.
I don't.
It won't be the main event then.
Yeah, the main event. Oh.
Who's boxing tonight, anyway?
I think it's Khan and who do we call it? Is Mr. Beautiful Blue still here? He'll know.
Oh, yeah, I think it were Khan and somebody else. I can't remember now.
Alan Brooks.
Something like that.
So who's fighting?
So, who's fighting? Amir Khan and Kell Brook.
Kell Brook, yeah.
Is the main event. I don't know who's on the undercard. Oh, but that's the main event.
Are you doing a stream tonight, Tubbs?
Who knows? Who knows?
Mm.
Who knows? Could do. A private stream. We could do a private stream. Definitely could do a private stream.
What are you cooking there?
So what I'm saying, not that anyone, is are you watching the boxing live? If not, do you want to watch the boxing live?
What time's it on Andy WC?
It starts at 6, I think. But I don't know what time the main event will be on. About 9, I should imagine. 9, 10
Is that
o'clock.
like the run up to it there and all this?
Yeah, well, what it is, it starts, I think the programme starts about 6 o'clock, but then you've got all the undercards, haven't you? You've got about 3 or 4 fights before the main event. But, yeah. Are you watching it, Paul? Do you want to watch it, Paul? I was going to tell Wilson, I said, I'm not I could, but not as like, I'm going to say to Wilson, if you're not at work, you could come.
I think Nutter's making kids some food. And I think he's dreaming about some crumpets with cheese and
interested in the boxing. How come, mate? How come? Oh, wait, I'll turn that light off. Keep an eye on that.
Pikelets. You call them pikelets.
Crumpets, man.
What are pikelets anyway?
Pikelets
Pikelets are crumpets. They're only the same, aren't they?
Yeah, they look exactly the same. What's that one? It's like shepherd's pie and
Cottage pie.
cottage pie look exactly the same. And if you know, you know. But if you don't know what the difference is, you don't know. But listen,
We know.
the whole story is, I know what the difference between shepherd's pie and cottage pie is. And I'm very surprised how many people didn't know the difference. People think it's vegetables, cheese. But anyway, I'm being honest here. I don't know what the difference is between pikelets and crumpets. Now,
They're the same thing, aren't they?
not the same. They look the same, but not the same. Not the same. No, what? Wheat. I mean, all wheat. Well, I don't think that's true. But
He's got a lot of editing to do, Paul.
What's the difference between... Oh, stupid thing. What's the difference between pikelets and crumpets?
According to Delish.com, pikelets, as a rule, are similar to crumpets in that they are made from an unsweetened batter of water or milk, flour, and yeast, but pikelets are a thinner, more pancake-like griddle bread, according to Wikipedia.
There you go.
There you go. I didn't think it was that wheat stuff. What not I said, like.
I don't know. I thought it was the same.
So the thinner, it's like thick sliced and fucking thin sliced bread, man. What's the matter with you, Darren? That's what it is. You want? It's not even bread. If it's not thick sliced bread, man, it's not even bread. Lamb.
Oh, we go for the extra thick because you like toast. You see.
In there.
Yeah.
It's right. Yeah, yes. I'm with you on that, Amanda. You see, now Andy W saying there, lamb and beef, right? Listen, maybe a couple of years ago, if you said you'd have to choose between lamb and beef, I'd go lamb every time. Was my favourite one.
Yeah, I would say, but I think it's got to be beef now for me.
Oh, yeah, that is the difference between cottage pie and shepherd's pie. I've taught you that, Andy. I've taught you that before. Hey, Amanda, what were you saying?
No, I said I used to be the same with the lamb and beef thing.
Which one would you pick? The lamb?
No, not in a cottage pie, shepherd's pie. No, I'd have to have beef. I can't. It's too fatty.
All right, sorry. I'm on about. Sorry.
Oh, you mean like a lamb chop or a?
No, like a dinner, like on a roast.
On a dinner. I would say my favourite was lamb, but because it's so fatty, I'm not used to that. I think I have to pick beef. It's a really fatty meat.
Meat, but the way I cook lamb is like gorgeous.
See, I do. I not big chunks in that, man. But I don't mind a bit of fat on the meat. I'll eat it, mate. I shouldn't. Like, I'm going to stop doing that.
I like it right Crosley though, on the outside and then moist in the middle. Moist. I like that word, moist.
Why are we talking about food?
You started it.
Yeah, you started it. What's the difference between sweet bread and baked bread? You know what sweet breads are.
Confusing you.
Sweet breads are thingies balls, aren't they?
There's another one I've taught Paul. I've taught Paul the difference between cottage and lamb. I mean cottage and shepherds.
But,
Yeah. I definitely
it's
do
so
things like-
expensive, lamb and all. Lamb
Yeah,
used to be one of
it
the
is.
cheapest meats that you could buy at one time, but now,
What that was it?
yeah,
was it?
years back, gone way back
Nice.
when, yeah. You see,
didn't know
obviously,
that.
because I grew up on a farm, you see, we used to send ours off, every now and then, and obviously, get the lamb back or the pig, and then obviously we used to eat that.
I bet that was nice meat.
Well,
Well, yeah. I mean, it put Chris off though because he had to shoe this pig in trailer one time, and later on I come back with some like pork steaks and chops and whatever, and he went, "Where are they from?" I went, "Oh, we're from Mum's." Like, he went, "That weren't that pig that I shoed in trailer." I went, "Of course it were." He went, "I'm not eating that." True story.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, he don't eat much meat, honestly.
Oh,
If I make a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie, I have to use corn mince. He will not eat mince at all. He was not a meat eater at all, really.
steakmans. I like steakmans, mate.
Yeah, me too, because it's not as greasy. Some of
Yeah.
them's really, really greasy, and there's a lot of fat comes out, and I can't be dealing with that.
So there was a butcher's in Middlesbrough. I think it was a family run butchers, and there was like a few in different, so there was one in Middlesbrough town centre, there was one in Farmsby, there was one in Berwick Hills, I think there was one in Eston. There was a few of them anyway, and they were called Monroe's Butchers. And I went, I didn't choose to do this. Like, I went on my work experience to Monroe's Butchers, and I was doing mincemeat and that, and carrying like fucking half a pigs about and that on your shoulder. I liked it, actually. I'll tell you what, I think it'd be a decent job being a butcher.
My brother's a trained butcher.
Yeah, I know.
And did you see what Andy W says? Here we go, food again. He's going to have to go to the shop in a minute and make this stuff for a Parmo, mate. I'm telling you.
Oh, I thought indeed, Amanda. I thought he was going on.
He's talking about the sweetbreads and the baked bread. Sweetbreads are, bowls, basically.
Yeah, I love me food. I'm going to start getting fucking back into my food routine. I'm going to get into a proper routine as well.
Yes, 3 meals a day.
Eating at the same time, though, is a key part of it,
Of course it is. My son rules round a specific timetable of clocks.
You better.
When he's coming down for something to eat because it's that time.
Yeah.
It's been and gone now.
Yeah, that's right. But that's the best way as well. If you eat at the same time every day as well, it helps you put weight on as well.
Well, he don't need to. He's 6 foot.
No, I don't go.
And he's about, well, yeah, you do. You could take some of his. I'd give you some of mine and all if you wanted some.
I wish I would give some of mine.
You lost some.
I don't know. I'm sure you've lost weight, Mrs. Tubbs, when I saw you cooking that bottom.
Get weight back on as well. Not loads, and she doesn't look bad. I'm not saying she looks bad for it, though.
No, I know. You don't need to explain, but I think she has lost weight to what she were previously.
Your head popped up. I'm not saying you look bad for it, babe.
Oh, no, I know. But when we were coming up to the wedding,
got your EV.
I needed to lose quite a bit of weight to fit back into my dress.
It wasn't quite a bit, I don't think.
It was over a stone.
You didn't need it. Yeah, you lost it. But I wouldn't have said you needed to lose that. Oh, I've got your EV.
But I couldn't do my wedding dress up.
Yeah, but I'm saying you wouldn't have had to lose that stone. You did end up losing a stone, but you didn't have to get into the wedding dress. You probably didn't even have to lose half a stone to get into the wedding dress.
But yeah, it started creeping back on because I was being quite strict with not eating
certain things,
snacks and stuff.
Yeah,
I think snacks downfall or bread. I have far too much bread.
Is that what EVV's in the?
Is that the house? Yeah,
EVV in the area.
Yeah, the Blackpool. When James in Blackpool is still too far. James in Blackpool. I can get the train. No, I'm not getting the train to Black. It's bad weather.
Yeah. What's the weather like?
Pardon?
Yeah. What's the weather like?
Not nice. It was sunny this morning, but it's gone icy rain. So my neighbour downstairs, she got pot plants and bulbs. So I told her to put it sheltered. And the storm, I took my pot plants in because they're young trees and things. So there was in overnight, and they're out now because it's not so windy. They can take the cold. And I have no fruit flies because, yeah, obviously the plants are out, everything's out, you know what I mean?
Good.
And the community police came this morning because the Spanish lady keeps throwing dog poo at my other neighbor who's deaf with a chihuahua, and the demented and the deaf one are fighting. So we installed a camera to catch out who's doing the pooing, and it's not the chihuahua, it's the Spanish lady. She's 75. She comes out at night and she throws dog poo from her garden onto our cobbled yard. We've got a cobbled yard. And community police has been with my downstairs neighbour, who's a registered nurse, because her husband's got leukemia terminal. So we're very good friends all here. We all look out for each other's flat here. Like Julie, she's got like a carpal tunnel, but she was a beautician in the Grand Hotel here. So we all got an issue with our health and all the same age. But this little old lady, she's Spanish and she hates us, because this used to be a derelict coach house from 1790 or some 80. And this is now a flat with a floor and a car parked and lots of pets, and she hates us. So sometimes people with dementia don't like change, and they will hate anything to do with that change. So she hates us already 4 years, and I'm first tenant. So yeah, I got my letter through from the psychiatrist outpatient's appointment.
Are you looking forward to that, Evie?
I waited 2 months to see my psychiatrist, who's from Pakistan, but he's British, of course, because he's been here since he was a young person. He likes me and he understands my frustration.
Good.
Because, yeah, I'm foreign, and foreigners sort of stick together when the English government keeps pissing on us. So I've got literally like free cards whenever I can, and that's rarely, access a psychiatrist, and I tell my story like I tell it to you. He gives me like, you shouldn't be sentenced, you shouldn't be criminalized, you should have been in hospital. Oh, you were in hospital, you complying, you're not offending, good girl. And that's what I need. Not every week probation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go on, Evie. So you're looking forward to that appointment then? I'm taking
and I found my teeth.
Were they on the settee, like Amanda said?
Yeah, Amanda was right. They were next to the sofa, because I had put them on the side where now my laptop is, a sideboard, but they come off. So when I push back another cushion of the sofa, that's not attached to that one, that just matches it. And I pushed the puffy up to the sofa, and I looked, and there they were. So they're now rinsing, aren't they? They've got to be rinsed, innit?
Do you know, look at what Jade's saying here. You listen to this, Evie. So Jade's saying, and I get that, I've had that experience, Jade.
Yeah, but I was acutely ill and I had to wait 2 months, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but listen to this though, Evie. So Jade's saying, you're lucky to get to see one, Evie. I was in Halifax, doesn't see people face to face, and 8 addicts, and I identify with that.
Yeah, addicts, they get called, in my local A&E in Conquest, they call addicts self-afflicted idiots. I've heard the nurses say that. Oh, there's another one, self-afflicted idiot. It's coming to commit suicide, is it? Like, they say, why do they even give them a place in psychiatric? They're criminals, they're not deranged, and stuff like that. They talk like common people amongst each other, quite belittling the A&E staff, because they're overworked and they don't like dealing with someone who's puking, vomiting because they had too much substance or whatever. And I once told the ambulance people that I had to go to addiction, which was run by my friend, because they had said to me, when I saved the life of a junkie that overdosed, and they come out and they said to me face to face, the homeless counsellor, why do you bother us with these calls? He wants to die. I said, that's illegal in the UK. And I called the police and I called the addiction, and they all had to follow a course, these members on the ambulance that called out to this poor little fella who just sick of life, and he'd done one in the street, he'd done a hot shot too much. And I was just and this is like 5 years ago, and he's still alive, you know what I mean?
Go on.
People are quite demeaning about us, addicts and loonies.
Yeah, we've had a similar type of thing, Jade, with the psychiatrists and stuff. Chris don't use phone, so I have to talk to him for the last how many years. We never get to talk to anybody. His last 3 psychiatrists have all been off sick. They can't deal with him. So yeah. So I'm the one who has to speak to him on phone and shit. And so
I like
it is.
dealing with the
Yeah,
homeless people. I like dealing with
yeah.
addicts, but I don't like dealing with the services that I have to pick up the pieces, because it's really us, the people, and the feeders. And we got Eastbourne feeders, they're house women that have lost a brother or a sister, and they go out and they cook up an evening and they give it to the homeless, hot meals. They don't need a food and health and hygiene certificate because they have raised a family, you idiot government.
Go on. Jade, do you know what? You don't have to get ill again, my friend.
You don't have to get ill again, darling. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're the buffer.
But
Come and talk to us.
there's people out there, you know, apart from psychiatrists, and there's support groups and things, you know.
Come and talk to us. If it's going to be a mad counsellor from Eastbourne that tells you you're beautiful, you're a diamond, you're worth it, just come to us, please.
Go on, Jade, go on.
You are beautiful. I've seen you. You are beautiful.
Go on. Class Evie, isn't she? Yeah. Tells it how Ez does it, our Evie as well.
Yeah, I sometimes forget that. I talk to people that are 30 and they're the age of my daughter. I just feel so alike to people that are much younger, and that's because I've got a childlike mentality sort of thing. So I often forget, and I try to relate to these people, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm like 30 years older nearly, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. But I forget my age until I look that I've got no teeth and the rest is going south, and I don't care.
Go on.
Yeah,
And you know what? Jade, I get that we go through.
If you don't see it, we see it that you're beautiful. If you don't know that you're worth it, we know. We'll tell you.
Dude, I get that, and you've probably seen some of my, you know, you know, that I have that. You haven't seen me at my worst, and I don't want you to see me at my worst. However,
it's usually the beautiful people that hurt themselves and then have a go at themselves. It's usually the beautiful people with a golden heart.
What I'd say though, Jade, is there's this.
It's not the nasty ones that hate themselves. It's not the nasty ones. They go out. Exactly.
You
know, everyone I met in chronic psychiatry, where I was for all those years, sometimes a whole year non-stop, they were all very docile, calm, tolerant, understanding patients. People. One lady, she was 260 kilos and she was only there for a diet, but she was there for 2 years. You understand? She was going to die if they let her go home. She wasn't abused. She was a chronic patient because she needed 2 years on a diet because she weighed 260 kilos. You know, that's big. That's big. You know. So you need to know that I don't have fear of psychiatry because I have met the English psychiatry, which is modern and a bit like the Swedish, where they stand next to the patient and they don't force and they don't restrain and they don't inject or they don't give ECT. And their buildings are inner courtyards. And when you're sectioned for 3 months, you can always go out in the garden and see your family in the garden. And I was on section 3 weeks, and the only person on the section 3 that could take me out was my boyfriend. You see, this is a form of protection. So people that are forcibly sectioned is because they can't see it anymore. They can't even ask for the help anymore. They are like too angry, too sad, or too distressed to say, I need help. They will bite you. I pull out my hair. I pull out all my hair if they put me in a police cell. That's why I have to be 1-to-1. I've been 27 hours in a police cell with an officer sitting there with me ranting at him what I thought about him, and he had to change shifts. And some of them wanted to attack me, and some of them just went along with it. Yeah, whatever, you know.
Evie, I don't know the question. I don't know the answer. So maybe you or Amanda might know the answer.
We're always allowed to get a second opinion.
Yeah.
So if you're not happy with what you've got, you can always ask a second opinion in another area.
Yeah, I get sectioned away from the reaction they cause it. I call it triggered into psychosis.
I think it's important to know that there are other mental health services available too, like IAPT and stuff. If the community mental health team is discharged, you can always self-refer to places like IAPT as well.
So, Evie, the question what Jade is asking is, Evie, can I request to see a psychiatrist from a different area than she's in?
Yes, you can ask your GP to give you a second opinion psychiatrist. That is your right under the NHS. And if you don't get it, you can Google NHS Ombudsman and complain to your local primary care trust about that. Because your locally primary care trust has maybe 5 or 15 psychiatrists in their local hospital or connected service. I have access to Dr. Ahmed and several difficult to pronounce names because they're all foreign here. Coming from London, Tunbridge Wells, they have a practice with the NHS. I had Dr. Malik and Dr. Ahmed. Ahmed was from Egypt and Dr. Malik was from Pakistan. And they are senior practitioners who have junior practitioners and also student psychiatrists connected to your local hospital. Your first access point is Mental Health Primary Care Trust website and also Mental Health Advocacy Service, and that is national. Yeah.
Is it worth paying for private sessions?
No, never.
They
I
don't like it when you
will counsel people for free because I'm really afraid. A psychiatrist has studied 12 years to be a psychiatrist. And when he works for the NHS, he gets that money, but you shouldn't be paying it. Never pay that. Unless you are a working person on, say, about £45,000 a year. I would never, ever let go of money to see a psychiatrist when there's people like me and real psychiatrists. You know, I'm not even a psychologist. I'm not even that. You know what I mean? I am a basic counselor that can refer you to the right people. I can give you address. I can safeguard you. I can ask for people to come and collect you and put in. I don't want to do that. It's fine. Everything they've done to me, I can also do to my peers because I can safeguard the vulnerable adult. You see me? I'm from both sides. I can be acutely psychotic, overworked or triggered, but I can also be the caregiver, you know what I mean? But I'm not paid for that. I get my own sickness money, you know what I mean? I found that up north and down south, people are very laid back. Londoners are very uptight. I felt very keen with people up north and that area. So, yeah, I don't really get on with Welsh because they're their own people sort of thing. They're their own communities. And I went to buy a motorbike in North Wales and it took me 11 hours to get there. I wouldn't say they're unfriendly because they all spoke English with a twang, but maybe I didn't stay long enough. I did go with my dog and a partner to pick up a motorbike and had a nice 10-hour travel and saw lovely houses that were cheap. But my heart, if I ever buy a house, it'd be in a back street in Leeds, you know, common people, you know what I mean? Common people like us.
Yeah, like us. Wanna be common people.
I want to go and enjoy my life again. Now I'm back to the common people instead of the destitute Belgian fighting, you know. I want to go and do things, but yeah, I'm still medically shielding, so I can't just fly or nothing yet.
I've had that experience, like, where this, you know, it's self-inflicted. Man, you haven't even fucking sat and listened to me properly. What it is, you weren't
It's
saying that
nasty
fucking,
when they
weren't
say
saying
that.
that, weren't saying it was self-inflicted fucking before.
That's nasty that they say that in the A&E in Conquest, that people like that are self-inflicted idiots because they overdose. I don't think so, you know what I mean? That's
Just make it
nasty.
worse.
Nasty.
I see.
They took an oath of Hippocrates to provide help to sustain life, and that doesn't involve letting people die on the street when they feel like it.
I know, it's madness, man.
That
It's
was rough. That's 5 years, and that was rough for me. Rough because I watched them putting it in his knee. That's a bone, and they put the adrenaline, the EPEN there. I mean, they brought him instantly round because that in the bone. That's not meant to go in the bone. Yeah, you know, they're all vroom, 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 vroom.
What I'd say, Jade, is never give up, mate. Just keeping on, and do you know what? Eventually, hopefully sooner rather than fucking later, like you'll come across the right kind of doctor / psychiatrist that know what they're fucking talking about, mate.
That's it. They know. I know. You know, because you feel your own body, you know your own person, you know what's not like how you want it to be. It's like your car ain't running perfectly. Explain to the mechanic what's wrong. That's your psychiatrist or your friend, you know. It's like that on the internet. You're driving a car on a highway. You choose your life. You choose your path, what direction you go. You could be a nasty troll or you could be a caregiver like Mel and Torbs and all the other people we can
What
reach.
might be an idea, Jade, instead
You
of
don't have to stop going on about it, Jade,
instead
man.
of emailing the mental health worker, is maybe speak to your GP or your key worker from the drug service to explain that you are stable and you are free of illicit drugs and you are planning a detox. So you want to get the mental health support put back in place now.
That's it. You need that, yeah. Sometimes you can detox in observation, but that is in a secure unit, so that's not recommended for Jade, I think. No.
But that might work more than emailing them direct if you get another professional, i.e. your GP or your key worker to speak to him and put in a new referral to say that you are free from illicit drugs and working your way towards a detox and you want to get all the mental health support put back in place
And
when
you
free.
would like to see a different psychiatrist, like a second opinion option, you know what I mean? There's also a charity, Turning Point, and they've got sanctuary services, and they are focused on keeping people out of hospital, so they intervene. So when I was there for domestic violence victims, then I was in a villa of 6 people, and it was an ex-nursing home in Orr, near Hastings and Rye, a small village up in the mountain range, and they supply carers 24/7 who are trained counselors. So they are entitled to provide you medication prescribed by the doctor, and you can go as you please, and there's no restrictions. You bring your own food, your family can visit with limits, and they do an effort, that charity, to save the NHS money by keeping people out of hospital. So if you Google Turning Point sanctuary services, you might find one in your area.
Go on. Respect.
That's a charity that is recommended by the NHS. Yeah.
Respect, TV. You know. See, I didn't know
little
that.
brain of mine that can Google at any point, but you know, sometimes.
Go on, EB.
Oh, I've got 4 hours sleep last night.
I was on metazapine. Was it that nice?
Yeah.
I was just up to. I don't advise that actually.
No.
Right, should we wrap it up? Got a few things to do in here, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm getting tired, folks. Every day is different, and I'm very tired.
Well, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up. We will be back again at 8 p.m. Even though I will be. We will be back tonight at 8 p.m.
Yeah, have a nice afternoon snooze, people. Nice snooze, yeah.
Yeah, man. Go on. It's good, man. It's good to recharge them batteries, man.
I'll curl up in this sofa, and I'll probably wake up to some YouTube on the TV playing. That's a nice bit of comfort there, you know.
Respect. Yeah, so we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it a day for now.
Yeah, I can't see straight out my eyes. I think it's best, yeah.
We will be back at 8 p.m. However, if there's anyone struggling and needs to reach out, there's email address.
And Discord as well, because I'm logging in more frequently.
And Discord, yeah, there's Discord. You can use that Discord as well. What I would say though, guys, please listen to this. Please.
Go on, it's still got the plastic on it.
Hold on, what you doing? Drop it and break it, Evie. Please.
I'll get a protector.
Be mindful. Oh, yous are willing
to
not
give your numbers out.
Me too, as well. Yeah, please be mindful who you're giving numbers to.
Because people are not what they seem online. People are not what they seem.
Yeah.
They might be giving you details to bad people that want to harass you, you know.
Yeah, so yeah, go on, Evie. So please be mindful, you know,
They seem to be
about
friends with a lot of people.
safeguarding yourselves and that and handing personal phone numbers out, man.
So keep yourself safe.
Yeah, there is ways you can get over into Discord, email addresses, you know. So listen,
I love watching Mel cooking's great. I still think she's a family vlogger, but you know.
go on. Right, well, listen, no,
Make
listen.
them millions, Mel. Make them millions.
Go on, Evie. Go on.
Get
Respect.
yourself a nice house in Tobago. I love ya. I love ya.
Go on.
Yeah.
Well,
Do it.
listen, guys. We're not on our own. We're not on our own. Remember that. We are not on our own. Right. Listen. Go on, Manda. Are you good
Okay.
to go?
Yeah.
You come on back
Take care,
tonight.
everybody. Have a great day.
And you, Manda. And Chris.
Email address. Don't be alone. You're not alone.
Come on,
Go on,
Manda.
Amanda.
Respect,
Right.
mate.
Take care, everybody. Have a good
Take
day.
care,
We'll
Manda.
say you
We'll
too.
catch you later. Yeah.
Yep, will do. See you later. Take care. Bye.
Have a good one, my friend. Friends. Yeah, we're not alone. We, not you. We
We can get through this together.
do recover. We will recover. Respect, guys. Catch us later. Make sure we all have a good